The story of RinderCella. Once upon a time in a current country, there lived a very beautiful girl. Her name was RinderCella. Now, RinderCella lived with her muggly other and her two sad sisters. And in the same current country, there was a very pransome hince. And this pransome hince was going to have a bouncy fall. And he'd invited people from Royals amount, especially the picture people. RinderCella's muggly other and her two sad blisters went out to buy some drancy fesses to wear to this bouncy fall, but RinderCella could not go because all she had to wear was some old rowdy dags. Finally, the night of the bouncy fall arrived and RinderCella couldn't go, so she just cat down and scryed. She was a kitten there a scrying, when all at once there appeared before her Gary Godmother, and she touched her with her magic wand, and there appeared before her a keg boats and hicks white sources to take her to the bouncy fall. But now, she said to RinderCella, "RinderCella, you must be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin." When RinderCella arrived at the bouncy fall, the pransome hince met her at the door, because he'd been watching behind a wooden window. And RinderCella and the pransome hince danced all night until midnight, and they lell in fov, and finally the mid-clock struck night. And RinderCella staced down their airs, and as she beats the rotten, she slopped her dripper. The next day, the pransome hince went all over the current country, looking for the beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper. Finally, he came to RinderCella's house. He tried it on RinderCella's muggly other, and it fitted it. Then he tried it on RinderCella, and it fitted it. It was exactly their size rise. So they were married and lived happily ever afterwards. So they were married and lived happily ever afterwards. Now, the moral of the story is this. If you ever go to a bouncy fall and want to have a pransome hince lull in fun with you, don't forget to slop your dripper.